Hey guys, what's going on? So today we are taking a look at the patch notes, the new update coming to Epic 7 later on tonight or tomorrow or whatnot. So we're going over it tonight and maybe we'll check the actual update out tomorrow. But we have a new hero coming, Kise. I think I heard a lot of people were waiting for her to come in a banner. She does sound pretty interesting. We can look at her skill introduction here. We got her basic skill, Full Moon Scythe, which increases damage dealt by 70%, which is a pretty big multiplier if the target is covered by a barrier. So immediately what comes to my mind is Arena, because there are quite a bit of barrier units on defending teams, I've noticed. And looking at her second skill, we got Dark Scar, which can penetrate defense by 60% if she's stealthed, which I believe she does with her active skill. So that's pretty good as well for those tanky teams. Again, something I see a lot of in Arena. And then we got her third skill, Nocturne. And I think this really shines after Awakening, making her actually even more solid for Arena, because she'll increase the skill cooldown by 2 turns of the enemy she hits, and grants herself stealth so she can use her second skill to penetrate that defense. Damage dealt also increases proportional to her current health. She is an Ice Thief. I already have Sez, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to go for her since Sez is also an Ice Thief. Sez also is one of my main Arena dudes, so like she is of course a bit different, but at the end of the day she is another DPS and she doesn't really provide any support, I would say. But if you are looking for an Ice DPS, especially if you are interested in Arena, she does sound quite good. I'm sure she's good outside of Arena as well. There can be tons of barriers being casted in PvE as well, and high defense units that penetrate defense can come in handy as well. Let's move on to the artifact. We got a new artifact coming along with a new banner, Alexa's Basket. At max level, you have a 40% chance to get increased attack and critical hit chance for 1 turn at the end of the turn. I would assume that means the caster's turn. It's a Thief exclusive. Definitely doesn't sound bad. 40% is quite high, so really good if you don't have any offensive buffers. So yeah, and this notice is just telling us we have the drop rate up for Kise and Alexa's Basket. It doesn't seem like they're doing the pity counter anymore. I think this is at least the second banner since they first introduced the pity counter and now we don't have it. Maybe that'll be on Luna or so. I believe people are waiting for Luna a lot as well before they drop all their bookmarks or crystals or whatever. We'll also be getting a side story for Kise. Of course, she'll have that bonus damage there, but for anyone who's been playing a while, you don't really need a lot of extra damage in the side stories. So yeah, it's most likely just going to be more of the same, what we've been used to from the previous side stories. Reading through it, it doesn't seem like there's anything super special about this side story in particular. Here are the rewards you can exchange for. Raid Labyrinth Hell difficulty has been unlocked for Area 1, it seems. Okay. I'm not gonna go more into that. I can't even do normal mode, so yeah, cool beans, have fun. And you'll need this malicious bug charm to even enter it, I believe. And here's the map, looks pretty much identical to the normal map. It'll just be a lot harder, I assume. And these are some of the rewards here as well. Resistance, speed, attack, or immune set. Alrighty. Oh, we also got a Labyrinth retry button added. That's pretty neat. When defeated in the Labyrinth, players will now have the option to retry. After restarting, the hero's health and skill cooldowns will reset and the player will be taken back to just before the battle started. The amount of camp souls and potions remaining will revert back to the amount prior to the battle and auto battle will be turned off. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. It says it's free, but is that just for the first one? How much will it cost after that? I mean, you got the crystal logo there, so it's obviously not going to be free okay, here we go. 10 Skystones per retry, that's actually very fair. Got some Raid Labyrinth QOL improvements and changes. The boss guide will now display information about the monsters that spawn with the raid boss, and the boss guide will now also include additional tips to assist players in strategizing for the Labyrinth. And some other stuff here that I only half understand because I'm not doing this new Labyrinth, I'm still focusing on the old Labyrinth. But it's here, pause it if you want to read all of it. And this is pretty interesting. It says tier information on equipment will be replaced with levels, allowing players to judge equipment more efficiently and in closer detail. Oh, I see. Okay, so basically tier 1s will be 1 to 14. Okay, it says equipment with higher abilities will be higher in level than those with lower abilities, even if they are the same tier. So you could have a tier 2 level 15 or a tier 2 level 29. I see. So they're basically showing the best in those ranges of the tiers, I guess, which is kind of nice, I guess. Because I think I may have noticed some gear from the Labyrinth, even if it's the same tier as another piece of gear you get randomly, is somehow better. So that might be on the upper end of the spectrum here, the Labyrinth gear, and then maybe everything else is on the lower end. But now that they have that there shouldn't be any confusion. So cool. And they're making this change to all the tutorials, UI, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much same thing here, same thing here. Yeah, same thing here. Yeah, okay, all these miscellaneous things are about the name change pretty much. So yeah. Okay, you'll also be able to see the memory imprint of any supports you're taking along. Doesn't seem to make a huge difference regardless if they have a memory imprint or not, but I guess that's pretty cool. Here we have a bunch of pretty specific bug fixes or improvements. The only really important one being this one, a discrepancy in the coloring between Assassin Cartuja's battle sprite and skill animation has been corrected. Thank God they did that. One of the raid Labyrinth monsters has been nerfed. That's always good beans. Speed reduced by 10. The damage her minion takes for her has been reduced by 20%. And yeah, some other stuff here. The dialogue in A Small Miracle has been polished now that everyone has been finished with it for a while, I guess. Or most people. Oh, they're adding Alexa's basket to A Small Miracle in the list of enhanced artifacts, so you'll get extra Red Sox and bakery coupons now, I guess. That's kind of weird, but okay. Yeah, and some other weird small things. Looks like Hunt is getting at what first seems like a buff to its drop rate, because it says the lowest level item in Hunt Stage 7 has been reduced by 30%. Which I guess as a consequence would make the higher rarity items drop more. Then again, it could be just that they don't drop anything. Honestly, don't pay too much attention to my hunt drops because I don't do it that often. Or if it's even possible to not get a piece of equipment. I would assume it is, but okay, there's that. Okay, this is bad. I saw perfectly fine when I got my complete victory reward. Now we'll get an extra pop-up that, okay, but you know, it's fine, I guess. Pop-up will also appear when entering the lobby if your league has changed because of defenses. Kairon and the artifact he came with are moving to Covenant summons and summon tickets. Oh, the 4 and 5 star for those gold transmit stones, I guess. Oh, that's great. As a guild leader, this is amazing. Additional information has been added to the members list to help guild captains manage their guilds. Daily contribution, as well as whether or not a member has checked in today. So it's kind of hard to see if someone's active or not just by checking their last login. Because I mean, they could just log in for like 1 second and like do one raid and then log off, and that's pretty much the same as being inactive. So it's better to know if they are actually checking in and to see who's not checking in. Because even if we have a guild of 30 members, we're mostly getting like 27 check-ins. I'm like, okay, who are the 3 not checking in at any point? Bug fixes, QL improvements, I'll read through them in my head and see if there are any that stand out. This one was quite annoying because I was enhancing gear the other day and I was checking the stats and it would always add it to the upgrade stuff. So I'm glad that's fixed because I wanted to only give the bad, like T4, T5 gear. I forgot what I was checking. So ones that had bad substats, and they would always get thrown into the weapon I was upgrading. So yeah, cool. Glad they fixed that. But yeah, the rest, actually including the one I talked about, are all very minor and but cool. Bug fixes, QL improvements, regardless of how small, are always appreciated. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main patch. We also got some other little events going on here. We got a note talking about Abyss changes and Guild Wars. So the Abyss enemies will have their health and attack reduced by 5%. They were planning on revamping the Abyss as a whole, I guess, but that's taking too long. So for now, they're just going to nerf them by 5%. Cool enough. Maybe I can try floor 54 again. Maybe we can get through it. Who knows? They're also apologizing for the delay in Guild Wars and the chat function. I would really appreciate that. I feel completely disconnected from all of my guild members since I can't even talk to them. So I mean, just adding this would be, I think, a bigger priority than Guild Wars, which does sound fun and everything, but chatting function just seems so basic nowadays, I would say. So that would be nice. And yeah, the rest of it's pretty much just apologizing for the delay and promising to give better efforts, I guess, in the new year. We also got a limited time Moonlight pack. Wow, they actually show the price straight away, 50 USD. 15 light and dark runes, 5 and 1 epic, penguins, 5 bookmarks, and 1500 skystones. You know, I'm honestly not paying attention too much to the skystone value. 1500 kind of does seem like a decent chunk of sky stones. But I would kind of think they would increase the galaxy bookmarks a bit. That's only one summon. And the penguins, you know, I guess so. Since you are getting 5 galaxy bookmarks, I guess you will get a light or dark hero. Maybe you can raise them a bit quicker. Goblin challenge is coming back. Free 50k gold, I guess. I always forget to do that because, to be perfectly honest, 50k gold isn't really that much. But hey, cool. If you really want 50k gold, then yeah. But yeah, that seems to be pretty much it for the update. What was in this update actually? It feels like I've been reading this patch note for a long time, but I actually have no idea what, I mean, yeah, the side story, hell mode of Labyrinth, I guess I kind of forgot about that because I don't care because I can't even do normal. And yeah, some little bug fixes and QLL changes. So cool. All right, well, that's a thing. Looking forward to the next update. Maybe there's something more special about this update that I'm missing, but for the most part, it seems like just the banner and the, I guess, hell mode Labyrinth. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments down below. Leaving a like if you did happen to enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time. And the boss guide will now also include additional tips to assist players in strategizing.